Hello and welcome to World War K. I'm EnterElysium and we're playing Kerbal Space Program. Now, in the last episode, we got kind of soundly defeated by a bunch of enemy tanks with our light tanks, so this time we're going to have to figure out some way to defeat them. Now, as you recall, they were pretty heavy duty, quite well armoured, but ultimately, I think, we can actually beat them. Now, instead of going at them tank versus tank like we did before, which is maybe a bit of a mistake since they were heavy tanks, we should try going at them from the air. So what I'll do, I think, is actually revisit the AC-130 design that we did in, was it episode 2? One of the very early episodes. This time, instead of actually messing around and end up putting the guns on the front, we'll put the gun on the side and do it properly like an AC-130. Now, the reason I didn't do it then is because it's hard to get some sort of passing circular motion and trying to fly at the same time. But now we've got the improved SAS, it is possible that we might be able to actually fly and maybe target at the same time. Now I want to check that the fixed camera mod was actually up to date, but unfortunately it isn't. It's still on 0.19. The fixed camera mod of course allows you to place a camera in a fixed position on your craft and view through it. Now we could use this as a targeting, aiming, view. Problem is it's not up to date. I really want to use that, so that's a real shame. We'll have to make do and trying to fly and aim at the same time, which is a bit weird, but I think we'll manage. Now, at the moment, I'm just trying to figure out a design using, of course, the B9 parts mostly, because they look bloody awesome. And, of course, that won't attach to that unless you put bloody part clipping on, which is very strange. Now, I'm giving it more fuel than the enemies. I mean, they're right next to the KSC, and we only need, the barest minimum fuel to get there. But we might as well make something that's got a bit of cross-range capability to be able to defend the KSC in future if we need to. Now, we're going to be outfitting it with a Gatling cannon. Just, the one standard Gatling cannon. Of course, the AC-130 having 3 different weapons, only one of which is actually a Gatling cannon. Actually, I think it might be a twin-linked Gatling cannon or something? I can't remember. I should have probably looked this up beforehand, I forgot to. We're not going to have, the 40mm cannon or what is effectively the howitzer on the side of the plane. We're just going to have the one Gatling cannon because, of course, in KSP, we're very lucky we even have any weapons, since the Gatling cannon mod has recently been updated. We're using that because it's bloody awesome. It would of course help if we could actually get our plane there. Halfway down the runway isn't quite far enough. I think we need to actually take off and then shoot things. So, we're missing 2 out of 2 so far. Now I made sure that the wheels are going straight down, because if they're at an angle, it does start to wobble. People did point that in one of the videos. I was like, yeah, that is an odd correlation. Every time it shouldn't happen. Physically, the forces should cancel out because it's perfectly symmetrical. But apparently, perfectly symmetrical doesn't matter. It starts wobbling. Now, I tried messing around with the wheels here just to see if it's the problem with the gears. Now, one fun thing that C7 did talk about when I was on Hot Gaming's live stream, and C7 was on at the same time, he said that they're actually going to be making some different sizes of gears, so they'll be making some larger ones for larger planes like this, where we could actually have a couple on the wing, whatever. But the reason they haven't done them so far is they're actually going to make gears steerable and sort of have their own acceleration. What's it called? Gears actually have a driving force behind them, so that you can actually taxi properly. Which, of course, would be pretty awesome, because instead of having to try turn on your jet engines and use that to move you around and trying to steer by actually using your ailerons and stuff, it's not very, it's not realistic and it's pretty crap, actually. You're more likely to turn the plane over. And what they're actually going to do is they're going to make them steerable and have their own little driving force behind them and make different sizes, which is awesome. Now, of course, that is one of these things that's on the cards, not like it's on one of the drawing boards in the back room that no one ever talks about, metaphorically speaking. It's actually, on the list of things to do. But it might not be next time, it might be a couple versions down the line, but it'll be awesome when it happens. I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm still having problems with the plane going everywhere. Huh. Well, that's strange. Let's try again. Mainly, I think the issue we weigh quite a lot and we're having problems getting enough lift to take off. Now, I play around with these wings and then go, actually, no, they look a bit crap. So what I've done is I've replaced a couple of the fuselage, there we go, the fuselage sections with ones that don't have any fuel in them. They're a lot lighter. They're, instead of 5.8 tons or something, they're like 0.4 tons. So in effect we're saving 5.4 tons each time, 10.8 tons in total because I replaced 2 of them. I decided to go with 2 engines this time because I don't need as much power. And of course, less engines, less weight. And let's see if this takes off. Oh. Getting up to speed. Close the debug menu. And we're going up past 80. Come on. Okay, we don't need our wings. Yep, no more wings. And take off! If like 10% of the plane takes off, does that count? It did take off very well. Does that count? Huh, anyway. Let's just think about these wings. Now, of course, when we're talking about stuff like the AC-130 and so on, in modern warfare... Okay, in industrial warfare, so that's war with 2 big industrialized nations fighting each other, you know. Basically, it's the principle of the Cold War. It also applies to things like the Second World War. Nations with sufficiently advanced military capabilities and budgets and so on, they can have a pitched struggle. The AC-130 isn't amazingly good because it's a very big, slow, lumbering target and kind of easy to shoot out the sky. I think at least 1 has been lost in the last few years to enemy action, and that's just fighting in small, not industrial warfare as such. It's named War Amongst the People. It's sort of peacekeeping operations in inverted commas. Now, in those regards, it's semi-useful. The problem is, as soon as War Amongst the People becomes in urban environments, which, you know, it tends to be about. Now, of course, by War Amongst the People, I mean stuff like less Afghanistan, more places like Iraq and stuff, places that actually have cities and population, and the fighting's going on pretty much within these urban environments, whereas Afghanistan is not as urban. And of course, none of these places are urban in comparison to, say, the UK, which has one of the most ridiculous population densities. Which, you know, doesn't even touch on... Actually, technically, I think it's higher than Japan, but only because Japan has a large amount of mountainous areas which are not really suited to cities. But the areas around the coast, of course, are ridiculously densely populated. But anyway, we're missing the point here. So amongst the people in an urban dense area, you can't really use an AC-130 because you're likely to end up hitting other people, civilians, damaging a lot of property. So an AC-130 is very much a specific circumstance kind of thing. However, the actual concept of it is very, well, really kind of cool. Just a case of, right, well, you know, artillery is slow, it's difficult to move around, especially in an era of mechanized and mobile warfare. This seems to be flying quite nicely. I mean, the wings are separated. But, you know, it sort of seems to work. Yeah, I said that too soon. Okay. Well, okay, it works, but we need to be careful of stalling. Now, if anyone's like, oh my god, you've killed so many Kerbals. No, we haven't. These are all simulations. It's all simulation, yeah? Until the final one. Anyway, so in the era of mechanized warfare and so on, where we have difficulty getting things to each firefight or whatever, the idea to put just a crap load of artillery on the side of a plane and fly it around is kind of mind-boggling, but kind of cool at the same time. It's just... you have to wonder who comes up with these ideas. They're half ingenious and half mind-numbingly stupid, but in a, well, that kind of makes sense way. Yeah, anyway. So, let's look at this. Powering up. Now, whoop. Why is the fuselage turning round when we're turning the Gatling cannon? Why are we losing? Maybe they'll survive! They didn't survive. But it was a simulation, so... Why is something bouncing away? Oh, it's okay. So... That was strange. And now every time I try to move it, it's removing the back portion of the plane. Now, there we go. If we move the back portion of the plane, we can move it. Okay, we just need to turn the Gatling cannon around because it was upside down. No, we need to put it down, maybe some elevation, or I'm not sure. Anyway, it was mirrored originally on both sides because I thought, well, the recoil from the gun would cancel out, and we could also get shots from both sides. But in the end, I went, all right, we'll do it the proper AC-130 way. We'll put them all on one side. Now, this is possibly a bit dipped too much. I mean, I've used a hinge, so it's got 0 to 90 degrees rather than up and down. It's just got down, so we can just put it on the side. It was a bit unnecessary to actually put it aiming down to begin with. So there we go, testing out the range of motion. Horizontal and vertical. That does look pretty damn awesome. I'm really wishing I had the remote camera? Remote camera? No, the fixed camera. The multi-thing Mectronics fixed camera, whatever it's called. But it's a shame, Raymond hasn't updated it. But we'll just have to give it our best shot. And, you know, there is no time like the present. Okay, possibly not the present. We've lost our engines. Maybe next time. What if we'll slow down? I could use a brake, I guess. Probably need to use the brake. Okay, brake, brake, brake! Yeah. Our brave Kerbals live to fight another day. And by another day, I mean 32 seconds ago, whatever it will be. Here we go. Get ready for takeoff, boys. If you don't do this, the KSC will continue to be under siege by the enemy tanks, and frankly, well, we'll have tried to kill them using other tanks and aircraft, so I don't know what we do next. This is it. We must succeed. We have no other choice. And we've already rebuilt the KSC once, so frankly, the construction budget's kind of run out. So we need you to succeed. We need to do this. For the Empire! The ailerons seem to be flapping a bit. I think that's why I call them flaps, because, you know, it's wrong, but watching too much KSC, I see them flapping and I term them flaps. I don't mean flaps, I mean ailerons. They don't ail much, they mainly flap. Right, now I'm being very careful about banking and stuff, I don't fall out the air. Coming on our attack run. First of all, we need to identify the targets. There are 2 tanks left, there's a lot of debris. Oop, pitched a bit forwards. Didn't mean to pitch maybe that much forwards. Now the enemy tanks don't have enough speed of turning of their turrets to actually be able to track us, so we should be fine. We'll just have to do a couple of passes and hopefully succeed. Now of course, there we go, there's a NAT tank there coming in towards the Kerbal Space Center. Let's line up on it and go. Moving the gun around, trying to get a good angle. Just line up. And no, I think we're going to be a bit high. If we dip the wings, no, it's going to be way over the top of it. Oh well, get it in the second pass. And then there's a load of debris up there, and I think there's another tank in the middle of all that debris. It'd be difficult to pick it out, but I think we probably should be okay. But we'll also have a look. Oh, getting a little bit low to the ground there. Especially with hills coming. I remember what happened to the last AC-130. Won't happen again. We have a surface avoidance system, which obviously isn't in the pilot's view, because the pilots can only see a tiny bit of sky. Whoever put the window in this plane really thought they didn't need to see anything in front of them, to the side or below. For instance, the target. So this is why we've got this amazing third-person view. Right, we'll line this one up properly this time. Just checked. You can see our cannon is hitting the ground just under the tip of our left wing. So if we can get our left wing to go over the top of the aircraft from our perspective, we should be okay. A little bit more this way. A little bit less. There we go. A little bit more. Yes! It was a hit! I wonder how much damage has been done. Let's look. Just climb up out of here. Pan the camera. I can't see much damage. It looked relatively intact from there, but I know we got a hit. We got an explosion. Although, it doesn't have to be a penetrating hit. It could have just been a bounce off the armor or something. I think the rounds explode automatically whenever they hit surface. Let's try and identify the debris. That's, debris. I think it's there. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do a pass. We might even pass the tank we hit before just to see, do we need to shoot it more to probably take out? I don't know. How much have we killed it so far? Is it just maybe a tiny bit of armor's damaged? We need to actually disable it properly. I mean, if we can stop it moving, that's okay. Ideally, we want to disable its main gun. I mean, it can always run away or something. Let's try and get a shot on this one. No, just short. Oh well. See, I noticed the hills again. I'm getting good at this hill noticing thing, you know. The big green thing in front of you that you're about to hit. Don't hit it. Basically, what I keep telling myself every time I do an attack run now. Seems to be working. So far. Careful about the banking, careful about the banking. We'll try and get another attack run on this one. Okay, oh, I think we're going to be a bit wide. Oof, I think we just went over the top. It looks relatively intact though from that pass. Which is disappointing. Ooh, crap, we're going to skim the wing. Don't want to lose the wing. If we lose the wing, we can lose the plane. And if we lose the plane, we lose our last hope. Let's try and get this other tank. Okay. Right. I like the shell casings coming out the back, that's kind of cool. That of course doesn't happen with the AC-130, the shell casings are ejected internally. Whoa, that didn't explode. Something exploded on our plane. That was the tank, that was us. What? Where did our cannon go? Oh no, our cannon, we don't have a weapon. I'm guessing it just overheated and exploded. Oh crap. We have a weapon now. Right, okay, I've got a plan. We'll bank back around and then try to come in to land on top of it, and as we land, we'll hit it with the tail and we'll lose our tail, which will maybe cause us to pitch forwards ever so slightly, not much because the tail's kind of light. And we should land on all fours because we're a bit back heavy anyway, tiny bit back heavy. So I think we should be okay. We've just got to try and carefully land it. Hit them with our tail. Whoa, crap. No, 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 no. That didn't go so well. And that doesn't count as me hitting a hill. I hit it from the top, not from the side. Stop being a smart ass. Right. What did we do? We've destroyed its we've hit the landing can. The crew compartment. Yes, right, so we have actually completely disabled a tank in the best way possible. But I think it's only fair we go it again. And this time, instead of doing the AC-130 design, we'll do something different. we'll just do a load of missiles. We'll fire them downwards, so basically it's like a bombing run. Using the same craft. We'll use the beautiful Sparrow missiles. Invented by yours truly for the Elysian Empire Advanced Research Division. I've only got one tank left to get now. Which, you know, I'd ideally got both of them, but for the one hit we got, we managed to just get between the armour and hit the crew compartment. Blow that up, completely disable the tank. Because if we got the turret, they could have ran away, they could have rammed us, they could have done anything. If we got the wheels, they would have continued shooting. We got the one part which disabled all of that. It was a good shot. I think our Kerbals, who gave their lives valiantly, will be remembered. And we shall remember our fallen heroes and our comrades as we fight the Northern Allied territory aggressors. It's way too long, we're just going to call them Nats. Right, careful bank here. I'm being very careful about this bank. I don't want to fall at the air again. I've learned my lesson. So hills and careful banking. And, you know, carefully managing your loans and your interest rates, because that's a very important thing. Wait, wrong type of banking. Yes, you can tell by the quality of my jokes today that it's been a long week. It's not a long week as last week, where, you know, the episode was late, but, you know, I've got a new series out and everything. People should go check out Starmate. A shameless plug for my other videos in this video. But anyway, you can see our shadow on the ground there. Actually, it looks kind of cool. I like it. Anyway, we're going to try and get our altitude right by judging it on the buildings of the Kerbal Space Center. I'll try not to hit them as we go past, because we kind of just built them. We're still paying off the rent. And here we go. Lining up. Of course, at this altitude, it's more likely that the missiles will go straight, but of course we have less area to hit because they won't deviate as much, so they won't cover as wide an area. However, whatever they will hit will be destroyed, and we need to make sure we kill this tank. It needs to die dead on. It's our last chance. And of course, we're only taking one shot of these missiles. We could split them into groups, but then there'd be multiple passes, and they don't cover a smaller area. We need to cover one big area. So let's line this up properly. Oh, careful, I'm going to hit the ground. Turn and fire, turn and fire, turn. I think that was just short. I think that was like literally 2 meters short. Damn it! Don't think it's been damaged at all. That was our last hope. Or is it? We could try doing that landing thing on this plane. It's the same plane. Right, careful. I remember we failed over here just a few minutes ago. Careful flying. Just, you know, lots of flapping of the ailerons. Right, get enough room to turn around. And let's do this. Let's pull this stunt. Let's take those gnats out. We need a better name than gnats. Maybe we need to put like a suffix on it to make it sound more evil and despicable. I don't know. Can't think of one. Gnat something. Gnats. Anyway, let's take these gnats. That sounds like I'm fighting insects. Right, landing wheels are down. We need our gears to make sure, you know, after we get the tail hit. We have been flying at low altitude for a very long time, so ooh, going up a bit. That's too much. We need to go down. Not that much down. We must have hit it. Must have hit it. Come on. You are kidding me. And the pilots died, like, as well, for nothing. That was our last hope. We've tried tanks. Well, light tanks. We have tried airborne artillery. We have tried airdrop bomb missile things. We even tried making some sort of mech, which didn't really last very long and failed kind of spectacularly. Well, less spectacularly, more just miserably. And now, the siege of the KSC continues. We can't do anything until we have dealt with this menace. And all the while we do this, the effort we would be putting into saving our country from the aggressors, the invaders, the evil Nats, really need a better name, we can't do because we're under siege. We need to figure out a way to deal with this enemy. And no, they killed Seafield. They are truly evil. Next time we will deal with them once and for all. I've been EnterElysium. If you enjoyed the episode, like and comment, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And if you've got anything, interesting to say, also comment and stuff. And feedback and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, cool. Right. I've been EnterElysium, and stay shiny.